So I want to just congratulate Rick and his staff on a great season. The entire Pacer organization, all their players, they played a terrific series. They've had a great season. So congratulations to them. Yeah, we didn't close the half well. So I thought right before the half, that when they sort of had that spurt, that's also set the tone to start the third. And, they got into the open floor, and that was a problem. So it was hard to make up the ground. Yeah. So, and again, some of it was our own doing. Some of it was their ball pressure, and it also put them into the open floor. And so that I felt that was a big problem.
Tom, what is the message to the team after a game like this, after the run you guys have had in the postseason?
Yeah, I think, and again, there's disappointment because you fall short of what your goal is, right? And in the end, there's only going to be one team that achieves the goal. And so I think the challenge for us is to look at it for what it is. And it's, we finished in the top three, but we're falling short of the ultimate goal. And so for us, it's to use that for motivation and determination to work all summer to prepare ourselves to make the final step and keep improving so we can achieve our goal. And I think that's the way we have to approach it, and that's the way we have to look at it. So it's improvement from last year, but it's ultimately not what our ultimate goal is.
Tom, what do you feel like are those next steps you guys have to make?
And again, like you would do after every season, you take a step back, I think decompress, you do a deep dive on the team, and then you analyze what you think you need to improve upon. And then, we have the draft, and then we have free agency, and there's trades, and then there's the internal development, and then it's the study and preparation for next season. And so it's a big off season for us.
Tom, you know this roster better than anybody. Do you think that this roster right now is capable of taking that next step?
Yeah, and again, like when you look at a season, and I'm proud of what these guys did, because there was a lot that we had to get through, and I thought we handled that part well. I thought, Mitch being out for a good chunk of the season, we got that, prognosis late. So we had to adjust, and then we made the trade with Cat and got him in, and then Precious was hurt at the beginning and Landry was hurt at the beginning, so we had to get through that. Then we also had to handle Jalen going out at the end of the season, so there were a lot of moving parts, but they kept fighting and moving forward, and I've got great respect for that. And then to play the way we did in the playoffs. And we have to understand, oftentimes the playoffs are hard fought, and these games can go either way, and oftentimes they're one possession games. So that's why there's the importance of fighting to win every possession, to do all you can each and every day to prepare yourself for these situations. And again, so the disappointment of falling short of the ultimate goal, but also proud of what we were able to accomplish because we still had to win games with guys being out.
Tom, Siakam obviously winds up with the finals MVP. Seemed like it was a real difficulty getting a hold of him all series. What kind of challenges did he pose as you guys went through the series?
He's a very gifted player. He played a terrific series. And I think the versatility, like his ability to run the floor, his ability to play in the paint, his ability to face the basket, to put it on the floor, he's a tough cover. And sometimes you can play him well, and he's still, because of his size and his release, he can still get the shot up, and it's always a good shot. So, hats off to him, and he had a big-time series.
Tom, I know you, a couple times throughout this run, you've made the point to say this is why you guys kind of browbeat the idea of the minutes and pulling guys and when you pull guys, but the game isn't over till it's over. With a series that was ultimately this competitive to where it could have gone to a Game 7, does the ending to Game 1 haunt you, or is it something that it's just another game you just kind of had to reset? How do you feel about the series as a whole?
Well, the series, and again, so you will go through the whole season and each series and each game, and that's what I said. Like oftentimes, these things come down to 1 or 2 possessions. And so that's why everything does matter. How you practice matters. How you work on your free throws matter. How do you concentrate on a scouting report matters. How you concentrate in a film session matters. Because, and you've seen it throughout the playoffs, and not just us, but with every team, there's big swings in games, and sometimes it does come down to a missed free throw or something like that that determines the outcome of a game. And so the concentration is important. Building the right habits are important. And to always have the belief, a big part of mental toughness is always to have the belief that you can do something better. Even if you're doing something well, but also have the belief that you can do it better.
At the way this game unfolded, is turnovers kind of the biggest thing tonight?
Yeah, turnovers one, and just that fourth quarter. We got to execute what we're doing. Everybody got to be on the same page.
Obviously not the outcome that the team wanted, but when you look back, when the dust settles, the kind of what this team accomplished, are there a lot of positives?
Yeah, for sure. I'll probably be a little bit more grateful about it later, but not right now. So, but yeah.
Mikhail, it was a 4-point game at the half. Just what you see coming out of halftime that wasn't there that allowed them to kind of...
Third quarter. I think it's been a lot of third quarter, them coming out with more energy than us and playing harder than us. They ramped it up and then cut it down in fourth quarter. It's a lot of mental mistakes.
You look back at this series, dropping game 1, losing game 2 on your home court. Is that kind of just the uphill battle that the team needed to kind of overcome?
Yeah, start off 0-2. It's going to be tough for everybody. So, it's just, tough.
It seemed louder tonight than it did even for Game 4. I mean, was it hard to communicate? Did that lead to some of the turnovers?
No, I don't really think so. Just got to communicate and just make better decisions, all of us.
You guys are obviously a new team put together in the offseason, a lot of injuries during the regular season, make the conference finals. Just how do you process the entire year? Obviously, not the result that you wanted, but to make it this point, how do you just review them?
I mean, a lot of work. Obviously, right now I ain't going to be too happy about it, but some days I'll feel better. Actually, not some days, some weeks. But it's good to be here, but it's whatever.
Can this disappointment kind of turn to motivation for next season?
Yeah, just gotta get better.
Mikhail, there was talk when they made the move for you, for Cat, about this being sort of a window here with guys matching up ages and stuff. Do you see this as a first step for you guys?
Yeah, first year. A lot of risk for everybody and battle through. Just first year. Just gotta get better for next year.
So I guess for starters, thoughts on how this game went. You guys come into the half down 4, and then obviously things just go left. Just what did you see out there?
I mean, they obviously played well. They played fast. Turnovers were tough for us. We had some lapses in communication, and in the postseason you can't do that. Can't give away possessions, can't give away games. So you got to tip your cap to them. Obviously they played well. It's a well-coached team.
Josh, after the game in the locker room, what was said?
Not much to be said. We knew we kind of gave this one away. You can't start 0-2, especially losing 2 at home, but you can't give away games in the playoffs. It's tough. We're all disappointed and frustrated, and we'll take that into the summer and make strides and work on our games individually and get back into the summer and work on that as a collective. So it's the next step, and
Josh, personally, how would you reflect on yourself for this series? You came out of the starting lineup. There were some highs, some lows. How would you reflect on your own series?
Just kind of disappointed. I had some good games, some bad games. I just was trying to find it. I couldn't find it. So obviously extremely disappointed. Could have and should have played better. That was going to sting for a while.
Obviously, only 2 teams can go to the finals, but for you guys to lose this game in the fashion, just kind of some uncharacteristic things that we haven't seen much from this group this year, how much does the way you guys lost it kind of sting the most?
Sucks, man. Simple as that. It sucks.
You guys obviously had a roller coaster ride of a season, from preseason injuries, trades, just guys going down in and out of the lineup to get to the conference finals, beat Boston in the second round. Obviously, you didn't get the result that you wanted, not winning tonight. But just how do you characterize what you guys were able to accomplish this year?
Not sure that accomplish is the word that we're going to use here, but I think the way this team progressed this year is, for me, it was fun because there's a lot of people saying we couldn't do a lot of things, a lot of negativity around what we were trying to accomplish, and the way we just kind of put blinders on and went to work. And, that's what I'm most proud of with this team, and I'm just proud of how we kind of stayed the course. Obviously, like you said, not winning tonight and then being knocked out, but just proud of our guys. Simple as that.
I know it's tough for either one of you, right, to think long term in this, but when they made some of the moves over the summer, there was talk of the window that the ages and stuff matching up this group that they brought in. Can you see this as a first step for you guys?
You make the moves to win, so it hurts. It hurts to be able not to bring an opportunity to the city for a championship. We got a bunch of great guys in that locker room, and we hope to. The plan now is to just put ourselves in this position again and succeed next time.
I guess along those same lines, obviously in the moment, you said it sucks firsthand. Most teams, kind of in their evolutions and stuff like that, there are building blocks. You guys made it a step further than what the Knicks did last year. If there is a window, are there positives that you feel like you can take from it as you kind of step back just a little bit? Are there things that you could look at now even and do that?
At this very moment, no. But eventually, yeah, we can look at stuff and see the positives, but not right now.
Jalen, in terms of what Kat just said, you make the moves to win. There were obviously a lot of big moves this offseason. How confident are you that this group has enough to take that next step? And
the most confidence. Overconfident. Seriously. I don't. There's not an ounce of any type of doubt that I'm not confident with this group.
Jalen and Carl, for both of you guys, obviously first season together. How do you think you guys developed as a duo over the course of the season, and what do you think the potential is moving forward?
Yeah, I think we definitely grew. It's a lot of fun playing with Kat, man. It's I've realized that there are a lot of, I think I talked about it this morning about the narratives and what people say about other people and how people perceive us as players, and we only see from afar from other teams. And so when he came here, man, he's one of the best teammates. He's one of the guys that come in, does his work, does everything he can to be ready to go to games. Definitely a little goofy, but I mean, this dude has been he's been great to play with, a lot of fun to play with, and it just sucks that we couldn't get it done tonight. But I mean, I got a lot of faith in him.
Carl, what was your experience like?
I mean, you being able to watch Jalen from afar, in the West, and just see what he's done and what he's done for the city. It's even more crazier in person when you watch it in person. The way he works on the court, and JB's one of those teammates that when he steps in the building, he raises everyone's energy, morale, and very few people I've ever played with had that kind of intangibles that he has. And we're not even talking about playing basketball. I mean, I think we all know he's, in my opinion, one of the best in the league. And to be able to watch him go to work every night and to be his teammate, I don't say this lightly. It's a blessing, and it's an honor that I get to play with Jalen Brunson. And to be in my career to be able to say that, I've been honored to play with a lot of great teammates, but JB's he's one of the top of the list for me. Best teammates, best basketball players I've ever got to play with. One of the best teammates I've had.
Two quick ones for me. Obviously, 4-point game at the half. Just what happened come out of the half that allowed them to kind of open up the game, and then Siakam wins conference finals MVP. Just what made him such a difficult cover for whoever wants to take it.
Just came out at halftime. We didn't shoot the ball well. They got some leak outs. They found a way to win, and we didn't respond with the firepower that we needed to. It's unfortunate that we put ourselves in a position like that, and with the season on the line, you hope that we could pull one of those Knicks games out where you're down in the fourth and you find a way to come back and win. And it just didn't happen tonight.